Welcome to episode 5 of From Tester to AI Quality Leader. This is the last episode of the series and an important one. Let's get started. Let me ask you something. When was the last time a developer or a PM came to you, not to report a bug, not to ask if testing is done, but to ask, what's your take on the risk here? If that's not happening yet, this episode is for you because in 2026 and beyond, the QA professionals who are getting promoted, getting listened to, and getting a seat at the table, they're not the ones running the most test cases. They're the ones who can talk about quality in business terms, build a culture where the whole team owns it, and show up as the person who connects technical risk to business decisions. That's the shift from authority to influence. And today, I'm giving you the roadmap. Here's what we're covering. The quality narrative, how to report AI quality metrics to stakeholders in a way that actually lands. Building a quality culture, how to get developers to own their own AI unit testing. The 90-day transition, concrete steps to change your title and your impact inside your current company. The leadership, the final mindset move that separates people who play small from people who lead the quality conversation. A few quick definitions before we get into it. Quality narrative, this just means the story you tell stakeholders about the health of your AI system, not a list of test results. A story with context, trend, and risk. Think of it like a financial report, but for quality. AI drift, this is when an AI model's behavior degrades over time because the real world changes around it. User behavior shifts, data patterns change, and the model starts producing worse outputs without anyone touching the code. One way to picture it, think of a car that runs fine when it leaves the factory but starts performing worse as it racks up miles in the real world. AI models do the same thing. Unit AI testing, this is the practice of developers writing tests specifically for the AI components they build or integrate, checking that prompts behave as expected, that outputs stay within acceptable ranges, and that edge cases are handled. It's the AI equivalent of unit tests for regular code. And quality culture, this means quality is not just the QA team's job. It's a shared responsibility across developers, product managers, and QA. The QA leader's job is to build that culture, not just enforce it. Let's start with the thing that will change how people see you in meetings. Most QA engineers report activity, test cases run, bugs found, pass rate, and done. That's not a narrative, that's a log. What stakeholders, your PMs, your engineering leads, your executives actually need is this system safe to ship and what's the risk if we do? For AI systems specifically, the metrics that matter to stakeholders are 4 things. 1, accuracy. Accuracy here means how often the AI system produces outputs that are correct, appropriate, and aligned with what the product is supposed to do, not just technically correct, contextually correct. 2, drift. This is the one most teams ignore until it's a problem. Drift means the system's behavior is changing over time, not because anyone changed the code, but because the world around it changed. McKinsey has reported that while 91% of organizations are exploring Gen AI, only a fraction feel ready to deploy it responsibly. That gap is exactly where drift grows. Your job as a QA leader is to make drift visible before it becomes a crisis. That means tracking output quality over time, not just at release. 3, latency. Latency is how long the system takes to respond. For AI systems, this matters because slow responses directly affect user experience and product adoption. If average response time creeps above user tolerance, often around 1 second for interactive features, engagement drops. 4, cost. AI inference, meaning the compute cost of running the model to generate each output, is a real business metric. If your system is producing low quality outputs at high cost, that's a business problem, not just a technical one. QA leaders who can connect quality to cost efficiency get listened to. So, how do you present this? The quality narrative format. Trend, is accuracy going up or down over the last 30 days? Risk, what's the highest risk failure pattern right now? Recommendation, what should the team do about it? That's it. Three things. Present this every sprint. When you show up with that, you stop being the tester and you start being the person who owns the quality signal for the product. And here's the key mindset shift. Your job is not to report what happened. Your job is to tell the stakeholders what it means and what to do next. That's what a quality consultant does. That's what gets you influence. Now, let's talk about the thing that actually scales your impact, getting developers to own quality alongside you. Because here's the reality, QA teams are not growing fast enough to keep up with the volume of AI generated code and AI integrated features being shipped. If you're the only person responsible for quality, you're the bottleneck. The answer is not to work harder. The answer is to build a culture where quality is a shared responsibility. According to the X-Ray blog's 2026 QA leadership analysis, the shift from classical QA leadership to agentic era leadership includes a critical move from managing testers to building quality culture. The whole team quality ownership doesn't happen automatically. It emerges from human leadership. So how do you actually do this? Step 1. Introduce unit AI testing as a developer practice. This means developers write tests for the AI components they build, not just the surrounding code. Specifically, does this prompt return outputs within the expected range? Does the model refuse when it should? Does it handle edge case inputs without hallucinating? Hallucination in AI means the model confidently produces output that is factually wrong or completely made up. It's not a bug in the traditional sense, it's a probabilistic failure. Developers need to test for it, not just QA. Step 2, make quality criteria visible before development starts. This is the shift left move. Before a developer writes a single line of code for an AI feature, QA should have already defined what does pass look like for this output, what are the safety boundaries, what's the escalation path if the model behaves unexpectedly. When developers have that clarity upfront, they build with quality in mind, not as an afterthought. Step 3, run joint reviews, not just bug handoffs. Instead of QA finding issues and handing them back to developers, run joint quality reviews where both sides look at failure patterns together. This builds shared ownership and shared understanding. Step 4, celebrate quality wins publicly. When a developer catches a drift issue early or writes a solid AI unit test that prevents a production incident, make that visible. In team stand-ups, in sprint reviews, in Slack, culture is built through what you celebrate, not just what you enforce. The goal here is not to make developers into testers. The goal is to make quality a shared language across the team. And the QA leader is the one who teaches that language. As the Lead with Skills 2026 QA career roadmap puts it, at the leadership level, you are responsible for the quality culture and the success of your team, collaborating with engineering, product, and business leadership to align quality goals with business objectives. Now, let's get concrete because I know some of you are watching this and thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually make this shift inside my current company? Here's a 90-day plan. Days 1 to 30, audit and establish your signal. Pick one AI feature or AI integrated system your team is currently shipping. Define the 4 metrics for it: accuracy, drift, latency, cost. Start tracking them even informally in a spreadsheet. Write your first one-page quality narrative for that feature and share it with your PM or engineering lead. You're not asking for permission, you're showing up with something useful. The goal of the first 30 days is to establish yourself as the person who owns the quality signal for at least one thing. Days 31 to 60, build one quality culture habit, run one joint quality review with a developer, a structured review of failure patterns, introduce one AI unit testing practice to the team. Start small, one prompt test, one refusal test, one edge case test. Document what pass looks like for one AI output type and share it with the team. The goal of days 31 to 60 is to shift one developer's behavior toward owning quality. Just one. That's enough to start. Days 61 to 90, make it visible. Present your quality narrative in a sprint review or team meeting, not as a status update, as a risk briefing. Propose a lightweight quality dashboard for the AI system. Even a simple one: accuracy trend, drift flag, latency average. Ask your manager for a title or scope conversation. Come with evidence. Here's what I've been doing. Here's the impact. Here's what I want to own going forward. Quality dashboard is a real time or regularly updated view of the key quality metrics for a system, designed for stakeholders to understand system health at a glance without needing to read a test report. The H2K Infosys 2026 QA career analysis makes this point clearly. QA professionals who understand automation and can communicate quality in business terms are more valuable, not less. And the career path from senior QA to QA lead to QA manager is a clear, documented progression that organizations are actively hiring for. The 90-day plan is not about doing more work, it's about doing visible, strategic work that changes how people see you. And now the final shift, the mindset one. Here's what playing small looks like in QA: waiting to be told what to test, reporting results without context or recommendation, treating quality as your job and no one else's, staying in execution mode when the team needs strategy. Here's what leading the quality conversation looks like: showing up with a quality narrative before anyone asks, connecting quality metrics to business risk in language stakeholders understand, building a culture where developers and PMs see quality as their responsibility too, owning the go-no-go signal for AI systems, not just the test results. The X-Ray Blog's 2026 leadership analysis puts it this way: the more autonomous the systems, the more sophisticated the leadership required. Classical leadership meant managing testers and tracking metrics. Now, QA leadership means orchestrating systems, defining trust boundaries, and building quality culture. That's the shift from execution to orchestration, from reporting to advising, from tester to quality consultant. And it doesn't require a new job, it requires a new posture. So here's the takeaway from this entire series. Now, the QA professionals who lead, who get promoted, who get listened to, who build authority are not the ones who run the most tests. They're the ones who understand how AI systems fail and can explain it to stakeholders. Build quality culture instead of just enforcing quality gates. Own the balance between machine speed and human judgment. Show up with a narrative, not just a report. That's what this series has been about. From agentic workflows to governance, from HITL strategy to your career roadmap, every episode has been building toward one thing: stop playing small and start leading the quality conversation. If this series has been useful, subscribe, share it with a QA engineer who needs to hear it, and drop a comment telling me which episode hit hardest. This is where QA professionals level up to authority roles.